Here we have the all-new 2021 GMC Yukon SLT. This one's four-wheel drive, comes in satin steel metallic on dark slate interior, perforated heated cool leather seats. And this one comes with the luxury package, so you get that sunroof, your upgraded leather, a few other options. And then it also has the rear media and nav package, which we'll delve into here shortly. Got your LED daytime running lights, headlamps, as well as fog lights. And here you've got your 20-inch aluminum wheels, fixed running boards, passive keyless entry on all four doors. And there's your power driver seat with power lumbar support. And here are the controls for your power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, as well as power folding mirrors, and then your memory seating. You've also got that Bose surround system. And then here, let me cut this AC down. You've got your trailer brake controller, your four-wheel drive controls, your lane keep assist, which you can toggle, the auto stop you can toggle, your front and rear sensors, and then you also have a electronic parking brake. We'll get back to the driver functions here in a second. You're just gonna hop back here. And as you can see, pretty good leg room here in the second row. And there are your rear climate controls, as well as some USB chargers. And then you've got HDMI ports to hook up whatever you've got here on the screen. And there's your third row seat. Gonna come back here. And there's your updated trunk space for 2021. And here's your passenger side. You've also got power with power lumbar support for that seat. Gonna hop in the driver's seat here. Of course, you've got a heated leather wrapped steering wheel. And you've got AM, FM, and XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. You've got a navigation system. And here with the luxury package, you've got the rear camera, forward camera, and then several other views that you can toggle with your camera there, including the sides. And then one of the coolest features for 2021 is the Apple Carplay, which is wireless. So as you can see now, it is displaying my screen, and it's got music, how far it takes to get to my house, and then the nav map here. So really cool, I really like that. And then down here, you've got a wireless charging pad, got dual climate control, as well as heated and cooled seat controls. And there is your key fob. And then we're going to take a look at that huge sunroof. Yeah, it goes that far back, and then we'll go ahead and slide it. So I'm definitely glad that GM went with that expanded sunroof for the 2021 models to compete with Ford, Lincoln. There's that rear seat there. And there's your gauge cluster. And on the steering wheel, you've got your forward collision alert gap adjust, your heated steering wheel toggle, your cruise controls. You've also got your gauge cluster controls. You can cycle through that. And then you've got your Bluetooth controls. And then on the right side, behind the steering wheel, you've got volume. You can toggle that up and down. And then on the left side, you've also got track list controls. So you can go through your favorites on the radio or your song selection on your mobile device. And then next, we're going to take a look at what's under the hood. Pull in right there. And there's a 5.3 liter V8. And then let's take a look at that media center back here. So you toggle the screens on and off from the front there. So from the screen here, you can decide whether you want to watch USB video, something that you've got in your HDMI ports. You can listen to music if you've got the headphones. And then it's kind of got like a private jet feel where you can pull up the nav from the rear seats as well. But definitely good if you've got an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's really going to have that like conversion van feel from the rear seat where you're just sitting back, relaxing, playing your games, watching your movies. So that was just a quick walk around of the 2021 Yukon SLT. Next, we're going to go ahead and see how the 5.3 liter V8 mated with the 10-speed automatic transmission does out on the streets. So coming out of the parking lot, of course, the 10-speed automatic is fantastic. I just love the shifts, and I say that in every single review I do, but just so smooth and so quick, especially for an SUV. So merging on the interstate, I really like the acceleration and how the transmission and, you know, the computer just keeps the revs down to a minimum so that you feel like you're actually driving a luxury SUV. And the ride is just really, really smooth, of course. And you've got the smaller wheels on here, the 20-inch aluminums, which are great wheels, but it just takes a lot of the bumpiness and harshness out that you might get in your 22-inch wheels or on your Denali's. But just a great, comfortable ride. And the cooled seats are actually doing their thing because it's about, it says it's 84 degrees, but it's so humid out here. My phone told me it feels more like the mid-90s. So the cooled seats are really doing their thing today. It just feels so, so great. And I've got the AC down, and even with it blowing about a third of the power, it's still keeping the car very cool. And these do come with auto stop. It's probably not gonna cut on just because I've got everything going right now because of how hot it is. But usually at this light, in more temperate climate, you'll be able to see the effects of the auto stop. And I can't stress enough just how comfortable the ride is in these. I'm gonna give it a little gas here just so you can see the acceleration. And the exhaust note is actually pretty beefy for it only being a 5.3 liter. It sounds pretty close to how the 6.2 sounded in the outgoing generation. So I really like that about the 5.3s. So I've got the cruise set. I'm gonna set it to 45 coming down this back road. And there you can see the fuel mileage is, we're coming up an incline, but you're gonna see around 20, 25. And what makes these fuel economy readers so great is it actually gives you real world numbers. It's not gonna tell you you're doing 100 and blah, blah, blah. Like down this back road, we're getting 25 to 30 coasting, which is what you'd expect. So the fuel economy meter is pretty accurate. And I think this car was traded, and I think the other dealer drove it down here, and as you can see, they were getting 24 miles a gallon. And the past 50 miles for me, I've gotten 18. And I'm sure some of that time was idling too. But like the outgoing Yukons, this one rides smooth, but I just love this new platform, how they redid this vehicle. It rides really smooth. It looks great. And I'm just so comfortable, and I'm able to look out over the hood, and it doesn't slant or anything, but you know, I can still see very clearly out of it. But that brings us to an end of my review of the 2021 Yukon SLT with a 5.3 liter V8.